Okay, we have been at this for almost 50 years. So next year we will start celebrating our 50th year anniversary, but we wanted one of our alums to share her story with you because as we've gone from the late 1960s to today, there are lots of stories to tell. So we are excited to have Lisa Webb with us. I will let Lisa tell you where she went to her summer program because I might make a mistake and put her in the wrong group, and that would not be acceptable. So I'm going to pass this over to Lisa.
Thank you, Margaret. Well, welcome this morning. And thank you for your time this morning, too. And I know that Lauren, she gave me a specific time, and my dad always taught me that time is money, and money is time. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but specifically she wanted me to speak with you about overcoming obstacles, right, and perseverance. Because you're in your junior year or your senior year, and you have so many things going on. You got AP Biology, Physics, English. You got band, you have choir, you got SATs, ACTs, all that stuff, right? And it could be a lot, and it is. But she specifically wanted me to speak with you about overcoming obstacles. And I have a particular philosophy, right? I have my own philosophy when it comes to obstacles. So I'll be very brief. I'll share with you a little bit about my philosophy. I will also tell you two brief stories that kind of interlace between when I was a Reach Memphis student and then also now as a Reach Memphis coach and mentor. And then I'll wrap it up with three kind of lessons or tips that I learned along the way that I think you can apply it not only to your junior and senior year, but also kind of moving forward. So hopefully you can bear with me for 5 minutes. Can you? See, I got participation already. All right, so when it comes to obstacles, you think of challenges, right? Something particularly hard that you have to kind of overcome. And we always talk about overcoming. Like, I overcame this obstacle, right? That means that you beat it, right? It's to beat it, it's to win, it's to succeed. And my philosophy is that sometimes obstacles are not, you're not going to be successful at overcoming those obstacles. There will be times where the outcome may not be what you think it will be, right? Some people call it failures, right? But my philosophy is that you learn. It's the process of it, what you learn, what you can apply, that you can be more prepared the next go round whenever you come across another obstacle or challenge. So that's kind of my philosophy is like when it comes to obstacles, I don't think of, okay, I'm going to win, win, win. No, I'm thinking, okay, what is going to be my outcome? What do I want to measure it? And how can I persevere or keep going throughout it? So a quick story, the summer of 1999, I went to Phillips Exeter. Any Phillips Exeters? Okay, yeah. I'm not going to start a war in here, but I went to Phillips Exeter the summer of 1999. I was a junior, so I finished my sophomore year, going into my junior year. And when I came back from that experience, which I'm very grateful to this day for Reach Memphis for providing that opportunity, but when I came back, my mother sat my two older brothers and myself and my dad down and told us that her cancer came back. Now, the earliest memory I have of my mother being sick was third grade. So between third grade to the 11th grade, my mother was sick with cancer off and on. But when it came back in 11th grade, it was pretty serious. Like, we knew, okay, it's going to be a little bit difficult. And I'm the type of person where I keep a lot of things in. I don't share it. I don't boast it. So I kept going. My mother, she kept always telling me, keep it moving, Lisa. She's that type of person who is the Pied Piper of kids. She was a teacher, so kids flocked to her. But she had a hardcore about her, too, and she always told me to keep it moving. And in my junior year, it was a tough year because I was at the top of my class. My oldest brother had already left to go to college. My middle brother was a senior. I was the baby and the only girl. So I kept my grades up. I was active in so many different activities and programs, active in the church, and I worked 2 jobs at the same time. And I didn't say anything, and I'm not saying this to be, oh, woe is me or anything like this, but you know, you can all think of something that you feel like is extremely hard on you. You feel like you're not going to make it. But I did all that in junior year. Senior year went by, she started getting better. Everything is good, but that really led to my choice of staying here in Memphis and going to Rhodes College. Sophomore year of college rolls around, and she calls me again. And at this point, we're thinking we beat it, but this time I felt it was the final call that I got from her. And at the same time, I kept it moving. I went to school, didn't say anything. My roommate didn't even know what was going on. And went to class, everything was kept moving. People thought I was hanging out with a little boy, but I wasn't. I was going to work, going to the hospital, came back, went to school, kept it going, kept it moving. And then 30 days within my sophomore year, my mother passed away. And that's when people realized what everything was going on. Fast forward to last year, I have a Reach Memphis student, right? And I think seniors, you all have to go through an interview with Candace, right? They still do the senior interview. So I went with one of my Reach students to her senior interview. It wasn't Candace, it was the other young lady at the point. I think she's in Mexico right now. And my student and I, since sophomore year, we had a great relationship. We were texting, doing events, volunteering together. I was cool with her mom. Then junior year came about and things changed. I'm like, she's not answering my texts. What's going on? I know y'all busy because y'all always say y'all busy, and I know you all are, right, Executive Board? But junior year, it just seemed very off. They're very off from the previous time. And then in senior year, at the interview, we looked at her grades, and we noticed that in her junior year, her grades slipped to the point where we were trying to prepare her, right, for her college applications, and they're going to ask her not ask her, but it's in consideration. She falls crying. And I'm not going to go into the situation of what was going on, but she was dealing with a lot, not only with school, but personally, she was dealing with a lot. And three things popped into my head as far as my philosophy and how I deal with obstacles that came into mind that I was able to help apply that as a Reach Memphis coach and mentor for her. And the three things are, the first thing, breathe. Even though you're crying, just breathe. So take a moment right now, because I already got your participation. Everybody breathe in. Now breathe on out. Isn't that feeling good? I see this young lady right here, she's just smiling. She's like, I just breathe. You don't know how many times that you actually are holding in your breath. You know, you're just not realizing that you actually are kind of holding in your breath. You're clenching your teeth when you're going through something, and you got that tension right there in the back of the jaw. When you go to the dentist, it feels a little bit hurt. That's because it's tension. You're holding it in. So the first tip or lesson I learned was to just breathe. It helps to clear your mind, it helps you to think, and it helps you to focus. The second thing that came into mind is have a plan. You cannot always know what you're going to come faced with, right? Oh my goodness, I have to read this book for AP English. I didn't read it during the summer, and now I got to read it in 2 days for this exam or essay, or whatever you may come. It's going to be real when you get to college like that, and even grad school. Yes, speak it, freshman year at Fisk University. But have a plan. You can have a plan of how you will respond, how you react to any type of conflict or situation, but specifically have a plan of your counsel, who you will reach out to for counsel. I see a lot of parents in the room. You have your parents, you have your teachers, but specifically today, you have Reach Memphis. You have Bitsy, you have Margaret, you have Candace, you have Lauren, you have your coaches, you have your student exec team. You have a counsel or a plan to reach out to someone if you are facing an obstacle and you need to know, okay, what is my outcome going to be? And then lastly, and specifically the one I always keep in spirit of my mother, is remember to keep it moving. Now, I'm sprinkles and unicorns and cherries on top, but when things come, and my 2 kids in the back can attest to this, I always say, keep it moving, keep it moving. And what that means is think of the lesson that you want to learn throughout the process. Think of, at the end of whatever is happening, of exams, essays, what do you want to be your outcome and your measurement? And be prepared no matter what that outcome may be. And that's kind of what I kind of interweave into my life today at work with my children and my family home, and also as a coach and mentor for Reach Memphis, is those three things of breathing, planning, and keeping it moving whenever you're trying to persevere or push through an obstacle, an outcome. And I think I took over 5 minutes, I don't know, but I think it was pretty quick. So everybody breathe in one more time. Breathe out and focus, because today is going to be a great day. All right.
Thank you. Maybe that should be our slogan, keep it moving, because these next couple of years for you all is such a time to truly keep it moving. So now we are going to talk a little bit about RUN. Does anybody know what RUN stands for? Did you hear that? Reach up now. You've had a summer experience, right? Did everyone like their summer experience? Would you do it again? Of course. Okay. So to get ready for whatever the next experience is going to be, we've got to get you prepared for college. And the college experience and the college prep process changes significantly each and every year. It's a moving target, and that's why we are here. You've started your counseling sessions, right? You've met with Miss Bitsy or Miss Candace? Kids, parents, yes? If you haven't, please do that, because that is the key to getting you on track with your goals for things to accomplish. You're going to be in a scholar group. Most of you know what that scholar group is, right? Got some new ones this year that are really exciting. We're just really excited to be able to present all of these to you. So I want to turn it over to both Bitsy and to Candace and let them explain to you a little bit about what this next year holds for you.
Candace made me be the one who starts. So, good morning. For those of y'all who don't know me, you probably do. I'm Bitsy Castleberg. I'm one of our college readiness counselors, and I'm here with
Candace Hunt,
our other college readiness counselor. Very good. We're here today to whet your appetite, to learn more about this year and the great things we have planned for you. So Candace is going to be the first one to talk about what the juniors have to look forward to.
All right, first, before I start talking, let me figure out who I'm talking to. So where are my juniors? So y'all don't, that's what y'all do? I'm sorry. Can y'all try that again? At least represent your class a little bit. All right, where are my juniors at? Okay, all right, that's better. Okay, now I know who I'm talking to. All right, so you guys have been on your summer experience. You've come back. And what we want to do here as your college counselors is work with you to get you not only to college, but to get you through college. And we're going to focus on the skills necessary to do that. Like Margaret said, the first step is that junior interview, but how do you manage your time and how do you budget when you're in college, or right now, really the AP classes that Ms. Lisa brought up that you need to get through in order to get you to college. We're also going to focus on the actual tangible skills. As you go through, you'll learn about the financial aid and aspects of that, and really get everything that you need to be successful for college and beyond. Take it away, Bitsy.
Okay, where are the seniors? All right, see, they can do it too. Thank you very much. I like to think of our seniors as our seasoned Reach Memphis students. And by that I mean you've spent the last 2 years going through a lot of different programs to prepare you for what you're all going through right now, meaning the actual college application process. And we know that our goal for all of you is to not only apply to, but get into college, get through college, with the final goal of being in that career of your choice. And we realize that's what all of you want, that's what all of us want for you as well. So what we're going to be doing today in our breakout groups is we're going to be talking about a number of things. With the seniors, we're going to be talking about everything from the FAFSA to the Common App, to the ACTs, to essays, to outside scholarships, to a lot of different things this morning. So be prepared. We're going to be talking about it in the hard fact way about actually getting it done. Candace is going to be talking about it in the prep for all of the juniors. So it's going to be an informative day. It's going to be a busy day. We hope you go away with a lot of skills that you didn't have before. And with that, are we through? Yep. Okay. With that, we would like to introduce you to Dr. Lauren James, who is our Director of Mentoring and Volunteer Services. Now, that sounds like a big title, but trust me, we all know that she's up to that task. Lauren?
Thank you, Bitsy and Candace. Good morning. All right, mentors, you have heard from the juniors, you've heard from the seniors. Let us hear from you, and I know you can be much louder than all put together. Okay. Do you need 1, 2, 3? All right. 1, 2, 3. Now, juniors and seniors. All right. As the director of mentoring, I have a task. It is to provide mentors for juniors and seniors and our incoming sophomores. That is, I have to recruit, I have to train, I have to monitor and support. Most of our relationships have been one-on-one, one mentor, one student. How many of you have had some really wonderful relationships with your mentors? Let me hear it. Yeah, not just, I heard a few over here. Now, this is the very reason why I'm here this morning, because I didn't hear everybody holler. Mentors travel and have extremely busy schedules. You are extremely busy. So the one-on-one sometimes just didn't work. So we said we have to do a new thing. We have to figure out how we can offer mentors constantly to every single student. Well, we figured it out, and we're going to accomplish that through our scholar groups. When you meet with your scholar groups, you're also going to be meeting with your mentors, because mentors are now a part of each scholar group. If a mentor has to travel for whatever reason, guess what? You still have 3 or 4 mentors that will be meeting with you with your scholar group. So we're looking forward to a wonderful year. Some of these mentors are also subject matter experts in their field, which means that they will also serve as facilitators for some of the sessions. So I want you to think positively about how we're entering into this. It's new, but I think new is going to be good for your senior and your junior year. Now, I have a great privilege. Every year, every class that comes through Reach Memphis has some stars. You all know that, don't you? Seniors, are you the stars of the senior class? But out of those many stars, sometimes there's one that really, really moves. Now, I have a lot of presentations that I do, and I can speak very articulately about Reach Memphis. I can speak about what it does conceptually and theoretically, but I haven't been through the process as a student. So I always take a student with me. And this young man was the student I took with me everywhere. So when I say we feel as though we have given birth to these students, I have definitely given birth to this one. He graduated from Whitehaven High School last year. Hillcrest, yeah, it was a test. I just wanted to see if you were listening. He graduated from Hillcrest. He went to Fisk University. Now, let me just tell you, because you're wondering why I call him a star. He texted me, I know he'd only been there 2 weeks. Miss Lauren, I've already met with Miss Fisk. And she wants to do this and she wants to do that. All right, so we already know that he's taken over the women there at Fisk. The next thing is that he is class president. I told you he was a star. I'm getting ready to call the president next week, and I'm going to tell him, look, you really better watch out, because he's on his way to take over your job. So if I can do this without tears, this young man I am so proud of, and we asked him to come back and talk to you about what this journey meant to him. And I'm hoping that you hear him in just what he's saying to you and have a story, develop a story of your own, because you know that nobody came through Reach Memphis that didn't say, this program changed my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Nick Whiteside, who is our keynote speaker.
Beep, beep, tap. Beep, beep, tap. Beep, beep, tap. Beep, beep, tap. That's the rhythm I and my alarm clock make every morning for 2 weeks while I was at Phillips Exeter Academy. Classes started at 8 and breakfast ended at 7:30, and it was 6:30 in the morning. So you wonder, why am I playing to the rhythm of my own laziness? It's because I felt like I didn't belong there. So let's go back 2 years. Let's go back to my freshman year of high school. Let's go back to the summer before that. And let's think about what happened. I had just graduated 8th grade. I was a fresh student. I was ready for high school. And all I could hear in my ear was Whitehaven High. I am the third son of one parent who raised us in Whitehaven in Memphis, Tennessee. So in order for me to be great, as I felt, or for me to be anybody, I had to go to a great school. Boy, was I wrong. I told my mom, Mama, please, let me go to Whitehaven. Everybody's going to Whitehaven. All my friends going to Whitehaven. My brothers, they want to go to Whitehaven. My cousins probably go to Whitehaven. Just let me go to Whitehaven. She said no. She looked me dead in my face and said, wherever you go, you will excel because you write your own checks. I went to Hillcrest my 9th grade year. Now let's fast forward to my 10th grade year. I'm at Hillcrest. I'm doing my thing. Haven't done anything great yet. I'm still wondering where the greatness comes because all I see is gangbangers, thieves, fighters. All I see is the hood around me, and I don't think I'm going to ever get out. And then this angel spoke to me. Join Reach Memphis. What's Reach Memphis? Reach Memphis, reach what I'm going to reach for. I'm at the lowest. My mom is working day and night to support me and my 3 brothers by herself. My aunt is trying to be the most moral support she can be. So why am I reaching for Memphis? What does that mean? But I tried it. And it was the greatest thing I had ever done in my life. Reach Memphis sent me to Phillips Exeter Academy. Now we're back where we started. Reach Memphis sent me to Phillips Exeter Academy. I had went through the process. My grades were good. You know, Reach Memphis, they said, we always select Phillips Exeter Academy students first. And I was like, well, what's so special about me? Because from my understanding, I go to Hillcrest. So I'm already out the plane. Nobody cares about what I have to do or who I am or what I have to do because I go to Hillcrest. And Hillcrest is supposed to be one of the lowest schools in the Whitehaven area. I don't go to the greatest school, so why am I picked first? What did I do? So I get there, and every morning, it's just the beep, beep, tap, the beep, beep, tap, the beep, beep, tap. Because inside of me, I didn't have what every student in Reach Memphis needed. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't realize that my own light was shining, but I was too blind to see it. It wasn't until I had that moment with one of the students at Exeter where he told me so much truth about myself, so much truth that I had to realize that what I was doing was a great thing. Because he said any African American to be blessed to come out of the hood is a charitable blessing. Somebody had to do it for me. Any African American that's not living in poverty, that's not belligerently ignorant, that's not somebody that doesn't know how to turn right when they're going left. It's a great thing for them to be anywhere. And I didn't expect to see them at Phillips Exeter Academy because that's the #1 elite boarding school in America. So when he said that, I was like, I've been saying that for the longest. Are you trying to hurt me? What are you saying? So you're telling me that being here, I'm actually doing so much more than I was doing before? You mean to tell me that I'm being great and I'm doing great things, and because I'm here, because this program sent me here, because someone saw the purpose in me that I could not see in myself, that I am going to do great things? I was confused because I didn't think that in all my years of living, I would be at that moment where I had an epiphany with myself and said, you can be great too. No matter how you look and no matter what you go through. I've went through a lot, y'all. As a young person, a lot. And like Ms. James said, Reach Memphis changed my life. Because when I was at my lowest and I had no one around me, even when I knew my greatness, when I had no one around me, I had people like Ms. Bitsy and Ms. Margaret and Ms. James to call on me and say, hey, you can still do it. You can't get to this meeting, well, we'll come get you. You can't finish that homework, well, we'll send somebody to help you. You can't deal with what's going on in your home, well, let us talk to you. I found counsel in Reach Memphis. Now let's fast forward a little bit and let's go to my senior year. I'm on the student executive board. I'm doing, all my things. I've found my greatness. I've done a lot of things. I've been, me. I'm Nicholas Whiteside. Everybody knows me. They know my name. I'm not struggling to know what my purpose is or who I am or what I could be. Now I'm at a point where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it because everything around me is changing. People are changing. And the closer and closer I get to the real world, I realize that it's scarier and scarier and darker than I can ever imagine. And then there's that angel again. Talk to Reach Memphis. Ask them to help you get there. So I talked to Reach Memphis. I sat down when I had my college meeting and I said, I don't know where I want to go to school. I got options. I can do this. I can do that. And I was told you have to have a plan. You have to have a clear vision of what you want to do. You have to have a set goal. My goal was never Fisk University. I never even thought about it. Actually, I think I surprised Ms. Bitsy when I told her I was going to Fisk because everything that had happened to me throughout my life or everything that was going on or how much my mom struggled to keep me and my brothers afloat, I never in the back of my mind realized that going to university could help change that. Never really just realized the power of a great education. I never really just realized the power of the things that were given to me. In my heart, I accepted it because I knew it was either this or the streets. It was either this or to be somewhere laid in a grave. It was either this or to be somewhere not doing anything with my life. I never really realized that. So I just went with what I had. When I got to Fisk University, I still didn't feel like, what am I doing here? Here it is again, the beep, beep, tap, the beep, beep, tap. the beep, beep, tap. Now, classes hadn't started yet, so we were just in orientation week, and then this one thing happened to me. This one thing happened to me where I had to actually lean on what I couldn't see, but what I could feel in my heart. I had to hold the hands of the people that looked just like me and close my eyes and walk through every trial and tribulation that could ever come in my life. And I had to listen to people tell me, you're not going to do this, you're not going to be great, you're not going to make it. And I just kept on walking. I kept on moving.